Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show, top of the year. I have brought back writer, director, content creator, all that cool stuff, Ricky Bell Jr. Ricky, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Miss Blue? Always good to
Hey,
see you.
I'm preparing for a freeze that we're having out here in Texas. So
Oh, yeah,
wait for
that does
it.
not sound very fun.
Yeah, last time it did its thing, so hopefully it'll just pass through. But yeah, we're being prepared. So, but
Oh
I'm really
goodness.
excited to have you back on the Miss Blue Radio Show because you have so much stuff going on, and I wanted to get you last year, but I said, you know what? Why not have him come back at the top of the year as the first guest on my
Yeah,
show?
and I'm
So,
definitely honored.
so how about you, Ricky? Tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and things of that nature.
Oh yeah, so I'm Ricky Bell Jr. and actor slash director slash writer. There's just a lot of slashes in there. Even though I only have one head, I wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
And I'm coming from North Carolina, representing the southeast part of the industry. And hey, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, like I said, glad to have you again. You got the green light to come on my show anytime. I gave it to you years ago because when I first
Mhm.
got into acquaintance with you, I liked your energy. You had a great attitude and very interesting man. Okay,
Thank you.
so I would like to. You're welcome. I would like to reiterate, Ricky, how you even got into writing and directing.
Yeah. So how I got into that was been an actor for several years now, but I got to the point where I wanted to start creating my own work. I wanted myself to be seen in the way that I wanted to be seen. And it's one of those things where sometimes in life you gotta take matters into your own hands. You can't wait on the industry or you can't wait on for people to do it for you.
True.
You gotta take matters into your own hands, and that's kind of how I got started, so to speak. And it's been some years since I've been doing it, and I admit the writing part of things is actually pretty fun, actually, especially when you see it all come to life on screen. Like, wow, well, I wrote that. Wow.
Yes. And your genre is a little outside the box, which I love. You are into, I just want to make sure I say this right. Would you say that you're into like kind of like Marvik's like comic super heroes
Mhm.
genre?
Oh
How did
yeah,
you get
absolutely.
how did you get into that genre and what interested you about it?
Oh yeah. So even before I became an actor, I've always loved the sci-fi, fantasy slash superhero genre. There's just something about that where I guess you could say it allows you to fully immerse yourself in your own imagination. And a lot of people don't realize this, but your imagination is actually one of your greatest weapons. So that particular realm just allows you to really fully accomplish yourself in that. And that's part of why I love that particular genre so much. Like just imagine like if you're in a movie, right?
Right.
And you're like in the middle, you're doing a scene where you're in the middle of an argument, and then all of a sudden you just shoot that person with a blast from your hands or something. Sci-fi makes that possible and makes them not want to get on your bad side either.
Actually, you're right. Because I would love to do that in real life, not just movies.
Oh God. Oh God, Miss Blue, let's be honest, you would be an absolute menace if you had powers.
You know what's so crazy? And people tell me that, but it's like I would be a menace, but I'm also that sweet. I'll be that sweet person too. It's like I have that side to me, like
You do?
someone like I'm going after like all the jerks and mean people of the world, and I'm protecting all the good people. Okay, but yeah, most definitely. So your character Jarman, correct?
Yep.
He Jarman is y'all have to go see like seriously, and I'm not just saying this. I think maybe I don't even know, maybe 2, 3 years ago, I met you and I watched like all the stuff that you had, and I want you to let them know about Jarman and how you came up with Jarman and like what that whole situation is about. It's so cool, y'all. Check it out for real.
Oh, thanks so much. I have this recurring joke where if you want to remember how to pronounce the name Jarman, just think of Charmin, but with a J.
Good one.
But Jarman is a superhero character that I created for myself, and I guess you could say certain elements of him were very much inspired by Superman. Even before that, I was a humongous Superman fan. So I took a lot of those characteristics and kind of made it my own, but just my own spin on things. Like, for example, I have a Jarman movie coming out pretty soon called Jarman Unlimited.
Mm.
And a lot of what you'll see embodied in that is elements of hope, optimism, willpower, as well as love. I guess you could say Jarman is like, he's meant to be the ultimate good Samaritan, so to speak. But he just happens to be super strong and have bulletproof skin, and he can fly and he can go to outer space, and he has all these wonderful abilities. But ultimately, what makes him him is his heart,
Mm.
not necessarily his powers, so to speak. Like, he's the type of superhero where he's a guy who you'd want to be friends with, so to speak. The guy you could say, joke around with, have a cup of coffee with, so to speak.
Wow.
I think that's one of the key differences between Jarman and Superman. I love Superman, but he doesn't necessarily have the greatest sense of humor.
Don't we know?
Oh yeah,
But Jarman does, though. Jarman has a sense of
definitely.
humor. Yes, he does. I do remember the first ones watching, and just like, what? You know what? He's not as crazy, but it kind of reminds me of. I just watched it with what's the guy? The superhero Venom. Venom.
Venom. Oh my
You know
god.
how Venom is talking to you, and you're like,
Yes.
"Shut up!" He's that guy, and that was such a cool
Mhm.
movie too. So yeah, Jarman is like that guy, but he's not. I wouldn't say he
That's a
can be
that's a
the
good
voice of
example.
reason, kind of, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's actually not a bad example because, like, even though Venom, I guess you could say that version is like an anti-hero, he still has that humorous side to him too, where you actually want to sit and hang out with him. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. And so you said that Jarman was going to be this newest one is going
Mhm.
to be a series, or can you
So this
explain
was
that?
so this one is a feature length film, and the title of it is Jarman Unlimited. And we're anticipating it'll be around an hour and 45 minutes when it's time to release. It's still in the editing process right now as we speak. Yeah, so
Nice.
we're looking around either February or March when it's time for it to be released. And let me tell you, Ms. Blue, I am so excited.
I'm excited too. Are you doing a premiere, like a movie premiere, or a
Yeah,
showing of it?
yeah, I intend to do some form of a showing or a screening of it. I mean, after all, there is so much that went into it, you know, and I feel like it would only be right.
Yeah,
Not just for
absolutely.
myself, but for everybody else that's been involved.
Yes, because you work with some actors and actresses are familiar faces, but you
Mhm.
also handpick so you're also a casting director. Because
Yeah,
you also
yeah.
handpick, yeah. Let me tell you something, Ricky. You be humble. I know you're a Libra and you're modest, but you better
Mhm.
throw in all your titles. He is also a casting director. He handpicks his talent, and these are talented actors and actresses, I might say. So tell us about that process. Like how do you say, I'm gonna reach out to her? Do you go on social media to find them, or these are just people that you know or you grew up with? How does that process go?
Okay, so actually, it's a combination of both the things you just mentioned. So some of the actors I was already familiar with and had a rapport with, worked with them in the past, and I knew this person, that person may be right for this role. But for certain other roles, for those I had to audition people. So I would post casting calls and kind of just cast out the net.
Yeah.
Cast out the bait, see what kind of fish I could catch.
That's pretty cool though.
Thank
Seriously, like you're a one man shop, so you have to respect that.
much appreciated. Much appreciated. I
Yes.
always love you, Sagittarius energy.
Always, we have our kinks about ourselves, but we do try to throw out the positive energy.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what I always got
So
love for y'all.
yes. Let me ask you this. Like, how is the scene out there? Like, if somebody wants to come to where you live and say, I want to do acting, I want to direct, how would you describe your scene out there?
Oh yeah, so the scene of North Carolina, it's definitely coming up.
Okay.
There are a lot of a lot of talented individuals out here. Not just individuals, but there's a lot of talented teams as well.
Mm.
A lot of fantastic productions. And it's not just North Carolina in general, but the Southeast in general
Okay, I
is
got you.
rising. I guess you could say the Southeast has always been kind of treated like the redheaded stepchild to a certain extent.
Hmm.
When it comes to the industry. So
Wow.
because like when most people think the acting or entertainment industry, most people think California, New York, for example.
Right.
But hey, the rest of us are here too. The rest of us are shining as well.
I know that's right. No, and it's
Mhm.
always like those hidden gems, and that's what I like about acting. You just never know until you network and you have your stuff out there, and people are like, "Oh, I didn't know that." North Carolina or Texas had this going on, but I say that's really cool too. So last year, let's talk about some of the projects because, like I said, I wanted to get
Last
you last year because I saw you. I was like, Ricky is just you. I feel like you're just like on go, but you're so strategic with it. You don't just throw out stuff just to throw it out there and say, "Hey, I'm directing and producing." I feel like you take time really to write your story and put your words out. So, what are
year,
some
thank
of the
you.
things that you did last year since I wasn't able to reach out to you then?
Oh yeah. So last year, one of my biggest projects to date was a movie I was casting called The Winter Prophecy.
Mm.
So in that one, I love my character, but he is so much the opposite of Jarman in like every way because his my character's name is Moshe Winters, and he's an anti-hero, and he's essentially a hitman that targets wicked individuals, so to
Mm.
speak. Individuals such as corrupt politicians, sex traffickers, gangsters, that kind of thing. So I guess you could say in certain ways you can compare him to characters such as the Punisher or Luke Cage. He has that kind of vibe to him. And that one actually screened last February here in town, and it's currently streaming right now on Amazon Prime. For those who haven't seen it yet and want to look it up, The
Okay, yeah,
Winter
I'm
Prophecy.
one of them. I need to. What is it again?
The Winter Prophecy.
The Winter Prophecy. I have to
Mhm.
check it out because I do have Amazon Prime, and I'm always looking for new movies to watch. And definitely have to support my boy.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so is this
I
this?
will warn you of something.
Okay, please.
Oh my god! Like in that film, that's probably like the most cussing I've done in one sitting and one role
Oh,
I've done.
yeah, because
Even
I
my
don't know
parents
you
told
as
me
a
that.
cusser.
Even my parents told me that at the screening.
Oh, what did the parents say? Did they like it at least?
Yeah, they liked it. They loved it.
Oh.
But you'll see what I mean when you watch it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely check that out. So, Ricky, so this is not one that you wrote, of course,
No,
because you wouldn't be having all the cussing if
no,
you wrote
no.
it. Okay.
You would, of course, see, wholesome Ricky.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, that definitely doesn't sound like Ricky, but it's okay sometimes to step outside of the box. It's definitely okay. So I definitely got to check that out, and then let people know about it as well. So
Thank
that's what you were doing last year. So this year you're working on the Jarman series, which will be out allegedly around February, possibly March.
you.
And then what other will we be seeing
Okay.
Jarman again anytime 2025 after the premiere?
Oh yeah, I definitely intend for there to be a sequel. Especially because of the way this movie ends off. There definitely has to be a sequel at some point. And another movie to look out for is called Tangled Hearts. So that particular movie is a drama slash romance movie, and it revolves around a circle of couples who are going through relationship issues with their girlfriends and their wives. Like, if you wanted to compare it to something, do you remember that movie, The Brothers? Like in the early 2000s, the Morris Chestnut.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, you're kind of compared to that to a certain extent.
Mm.
Except there's a bit more violence in this, but that's just so think of The Brothers, but with a bit more violence kind of mixed in there,
Hmm.
a bit more chaos, so to speak. And
Okay.
and my character's name in that is Brian Gates, and my character is a husband who's been married to his wife and has two kids, but we're having problems. You
Mm.
know, we're unfortunately having issues with each other. You know, there no spoilers or anything, but there may be a little infidelity involved here and there. You know, a
Okay.
little
Not
outside
here and
temptation.
there. Ricky.
Trust me, you'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so but that one is out now.
That one should be on Amazon Prime within the next month or so.
Oh, I cannot wait to check this out. So, Ricky, like, this is so cool because I'm so used to you doing your films and things of that nature and seeing
Mhm.
you casted, like I said, with the superhero, and then you had that one where y'all had the academy going on and you were teaching and training. I really think that's really cool to see because you're an actor to me is someone that can act in any scene in any genre, not just the superhero. So
Thank
how big of a difference is that with you doing these? Like now, like you say, you're a husband.
you. Mhm.
Possible infidelity, we don't know. But is it a far stretch from being a superhero to doing this?
To be honest, not necessarily. I guess you could say the biggest difference is with those characters that are more so set in the quote unquote real world. Uh,
Mm,
your approach performance wise is a bit more grounded, so to speak.
okay.
You know, to a certain extent, even though like in the other roles that are more sci-fi fantasy related, you can be grounded too. Only difference is you just know in the back of your mind you have special abilities if you need for those to kick in. You know,
Right.
like if I need to fly out of the scene or zip out of the scene at super speed, et cetera, et cetera. You know, those things are there in the back of my mind.
Okay. No, I like that. I just like that question because sometimes actors we put ourselves in. I don't want to say a box, but just something that we're comfortable with, and it's
Sometimes
really
that
cool. I
happens.
cannot wait to check these two movies out that you've done, plus the one that you directed and wrote yourself. That's really cool. So, um,
Thank you.
yes. So, have you these movies? Did you have to travel for these, or these were shot in your hometown? The two that you were in.
Oh yeah, so these two were actually in North Carolina, so I really didn't have to
Okay.
go too far, so to speak. And so the Winter Prophecy that was shot by Antoine Way of A-Way Productions,
Okay.
as well as Tangled Hearts. He shot and directed that as well.
That is really
Yeah.
cool. So
Thank you.
I keep saying, look, I keep saying this, and I want to manifest it because it seemed like last year was the year of manifestation for me, and I'm telling you, almost everything that I manifested came true.
Oh,
Not
that's what I
like
like to
at the
hear right
moment,
there.
yeah. So thank you. It's just crazy, but so I am going to manifest
Mhm.
that I am in one of your sequels, pushing someone away who is my superpower.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that
Like
would
I
be
can be the
freaking epic.
villain. You can make me the villain or something, you know?
You know something? I can see you being a hero or a villain, you know, but
Hmm.
I think you would have the most fun being a villain. I feel like you would.
I would totally
You know,
have
I could
fun.
see you having fun being like a vampire queen or something along those lines.
Yes, I've definitely been wanting to do like some type of vamp role, like Aaliyah and Queen of the
Yeah,
Dam. Ooh,
that's
I
a
just
great
think,
example right there.
yeah, like sexy vamp, but like she was like, had
Hmm.
a evil side. So I think that's cool. Um,
Yeah, fangs and everything.
yes, we gotta do that because, like, I think with that whole genre, I would like to have seen more black vampire movies, and
Hmm.
for
Me
whatever
too.
reason, we didn't get it. And then we got that one with Eddie with Vampire in Brooklyn,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah.
fell in love. And I thought, here we go, we're going to see it more, and we just didn't have the directors
But
doing it.
no, I was gonna say, I mean, that did happen, but man, Miss Blue, that was a while ago.
Oh man, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought that it would have caught on, and you would just start
Well,
seeing
yeah,
it
well, of
more.
course, there's Blade as well, but again,
Well, I love
that
Blade.
was a while ago,
I mean, yeah. So what? I mean, I need the
2000s.
directors. Y'all need to come out there and make and cast some black vampires and write some black
Hmm.
vampire movies. That would be really cool.
Like black vampires or black werewolves, you know, black demon slayers. You know, there's a lot of options
Exactly.
in that supernatural realm. You know.
And yeah, because my next question for you is like, and no shade to the writers, the black writers and directors,
Yeah.
but I mean, can we have stories where we love each other too? Do you think that that is causing this whole bicker? Like the black women don't do this, well, black men don't do this, because all you see is love movies where somebody cheats and
Ooh,
somebody's sleeping with somebody. I mean, what do you think about that?
that's, I mean, Ms. Boo, to be honest with you, that's actually a very good question.
Mm,
But the answer to your question, yes, I do believe we can have those stories and we should. But the problem is, uh, people are ultimately, let's be honest, people are kind of get a kick out of the messiness,
that's
you
true.
know, the toxic relationships, you know, the toxic love, you know, people get a kick out of that stuff. You know, that's part of the reason why you see so much of that in the media, you know. You
Right.
know, whether we're talking about movies, television, reality television, heck, even books too. You know, it's all the same thing.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to write a reality show with in a positive light, and then somebody was like, "Well, where the drama?" And so maybe we have to script something, and then I kind of
Yeah,
just like maybe I shouldn't write it because I just it's so many ways to tell a story without
yeah,
all that. But I agree with you. Like even when I do my writing, unfortunately, I have to throw in something that's
yeah.
crazy. But my thing is horror. I love a good slasher.
Oh, really?
When I'm writing direct, someone has to die, unfortunately.
I mean, hopefully not the black dude first. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I try to let them survive for a little bit. Someone has to go. They're always like, why does someone have to die? That's a horror movie. I mean, I'm the queen of that. I want it to be the black Jamie Lee. You know?
I get all the black Jamie Lee Curtis. I could definitely say.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, this year, 2025, like, what are some goals that you would like to accomplish that you already haven't? Because I know you work a lot.
Oh yeah. So, you know, one of my biggest goals too is to also get productions on Tubi as well. That's also a big, it's also a humongous dream of mine too.
Yeah,
You know, and to also get Jarman seen in Atlanta as well. You know, that's also that's a huge platform. That's something else that I'm also working towards as well.
that's
You know,
nice. What do you think about the what are the like the small like indie? What is that? The indie. What are those things? Like the black indie films, like they do the short film festivals. What do you think about Jarman making it to that or
oh
submitting
yeah,
it to that?
I actually love those. I've actually had previous projects that I actually have been in a couple of those film festivals in the past, and so I definitely advocate for all of them. I love them. You know, and you'd be amazed at the kind of people that you meet there as well.
True.
You'd be amazed at the kind of hands that you would shake. You know,
I bet. I
oh yeah,
bet.
because there's just something about being in a room full of like-minded individuals. You know, and sometimes you never know what multiple heads together are going to come up with. You know, because you may say, "Hey, you know, I like your energy. Well, I like your energy too. Let's work together." You know,
Yeah. No, that's true. And I like that's what I like about networking. I just feel like in my city people don't know what the word networking really means.
I was going to say, what's it like in Texas? You know, I've never been to like the industry in Texas. What's that like?
Well, I have to be very transparent. I think Texas is a really cool, really big hub, right? But if
Hmm.
we're just zoning in on the cities, I think Houston is probably one of the hardest cities to network and work with, and because we're really cliquey out here,
I
and
can understand you.
yes, it's a lot of favoritism. They kind of have a bad habit of casting the same exact people, so a lot of people don't get an opportunity, and
Hmm.
it's okay with people seeing someone in the same. I mean, if you want to cast the same person, fine, it's your movie. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's kind of like in your mind when you know it was someone else that could have played that role, and now you're
Mhm.
seeing the same performance all the time
Yeah.
from the
It's
same
the
person.
same
It kind of
dude
gets
and the same
boring.
woman.
Yeah, like it is what it is. But
It's
I
like
just
if
don't
somebody else
think.
gets shot.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. Like, and it's like if I meet you somewhere and we have great energy, like we just stated,
Hmm.
and then I'm friendly in your face and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then I go back and I don't talk to you online. I don't like anything. We don't stay connected. People
Mhm.
really need to understand that networking is about staying connected and
Mhm.
building a relationship with someone. Because if I
Absolutely.
meet you and I don't check in from time to time and then I blow up, just because I
Oh, yeah.
met you at this event, but you never checked in with me, never sent a
Exactly.
text to say how. And we don't out here. It's just that's the experience.
Mhm.
That's why I'm going outside of the city. But there is a lot of talent, and I think that I do
Yeah,
think
you're
for
you're you're one of those talents.
well,
You're
thank
definitely one of
you,
them.
thank
My
you.
pleasure.
I'm just really right now. I'm working on writing some stuff, and I definitely want to work with you and cast you on some of the movies that I'm writing right now. Thinking of
Oh,
you in
thank
mind.
thank you
So
so much. But I would definitely love to work with you. I mean, I've known you for like God knows how long now.
I know. I
Can I make a confession to you? Like,
sure.
so like in that movie that I saw you on Tubi, like when I saw your face come up, I had to pause. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, is that who I think it is? Because you remember, I talked to you about that. I messaged you about that.
Yeah, you did.
Like I legit got hyped looking at my TV watching.
I love to hear that though. Like I love to hear that because a lot of people, like growing up, that was one of my dreams. And I told people, people thought I was so crazy. I was like, I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to be a
Mhm.
professional actress. I'm going to be on TV. Y'all going to see me. And so I took the acting and all that. And then to be on TV now, I had so many classmates inbox me and say, "You said that you were going to do that and you did." I just want to say, I'm proud of you. And so that I'm sure people see you doing the same thing,
Oh,
and
oh yeah,
you're motivating and encouraging. And what does that feel like to you, Ricky, to have someone come up to you and say, "Hey, I want to do it because I see you doing it, man, and I love it too."
man, it's extremely motivating, and each and every time it humbles me even further. I'm flattered every time it happens. It's like it has me gushing on the inside.
Well,
Like like a Detangled Hearts premiere that we had in
uh,
December, right? Like at some point I had walked in the theater, like I heard like this guy whispered. Like he whispered to his wife. He was like, "Hey, hey, there go my man right there from the Winter Prophecy. Yeah, that's him right there." I mean, low key, that felt good.
that is so cool.
I was like, "Oh my god, he recognized me."
It's so funny because it's like you try to be humble, but you gotta just like be like this. Would you like my autograph?
Yeah, yeah, subconsciously.
I love it. And your parents, like, when you were growing up, did they see the acting bug and were you that creative kid? And did they just know, like, I knew I would see Ricky doing this. I just knew it.
Like, to be honest with you, like I was always a creative kid, like in the sense that, I loved reading. I used to write a lot of stories and poetry.
Wow.
I used to do a lot of that stuff, but no, no, acting was never like an aspiration when I was a kid growing up. You know, that really didn't come until like I was a young adult. And the funny thing is, one of my biggest regrets about high school was if I could do it all over again, I would have been a theater kid. I totally would have been a theater drama kid. Like that's the one thing I wish I had to did.
Oh, I get it though.
Thanks. Like I've done plenty of theater as an adult, but like to be able to get that experience back then, man, that's something I wish I could get back. You know,
Yeah.
because back then, most I was worried about was I don't know the next Lil Wayne album or sports or attracting the pretty girl.
Yeah.
Typical high school boy stuff.
You know what? Life is just funny because a lot of the free resources that we did have in school, a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't take advantage of. But it's never too. I'm always one of those people that say it's never too late. So, I mean, the fact
Very
that
true.
you decided to do it as a young adult, like, what made you say like, hey, I think I could do this as a young adult? Like, what was the pivotal moment that was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to audition for something.
Yeah. So funny thing is, it kind of wasn't really my idea. Like at first, in the very beginning, like I kind of had friends and family that kind of like threw the idea into my ear. At first, this book, I gotta be honest, I thought it sounded crazy at first. I was like, what? huh? Like I can't memorize scripts. I can't memorize lines. What are you talking about? But then as time went on, I just went on a whim and I looked up a casting call, and there's this TV show being filmed in Wilmington at the time, and I just threw my I threw my name into the hat and I submitted myself, and I got accepted to be an extra on this TV show called Revolution. And when I was there, I got to see the lead actors in action, and it was from there that I caught the bug.
I
Because in the back
love
of my
it.
mind, I was like, you know what, I could see myself being them. I could totally do that. It was extremely inspiring because, like, in this show, it was like a post-apocalyptic sci-fi show. So I was dressed up like as a militia soldier, like a futuristic soldier. Like instead of having guns, I had a sword, and
Okay.
I was like in this black jumpsuit, and they had elephants out there. They had oxen. They had all kinds of things out there. This was like a spectacle. Like this was like a larger than life moment for me, and that's kind of what started it.
That is so cool. Like, yeah, see, you probably already had always had it in you, and you
Mhm.
just needed to see it, someone else do it
I
to
did.
for that fire to be ignited. Because sometimes that happens too.
It really does, and that's part of why sometimes as actors we take inspiration not necessarily always from ourselves, but from other performers as well. Like
True.
for example, and I'll give you a good example in Jarman Unlimited. One particular actor who I took a lot of inspiration from when it comes to my performance was Chris Hemsworth, who plays as Thor in the Marvel movies.
Hmm.
Because as Thor, a lot of people gave him bad criticism for it, but I loved his portrayal for how he has this combination of bravery and valor, and optimism mixed with, this humorous slapstick side of him as well. So a lot of that inspiration I took from him. So it was like if I ever got to shake his hand one day, I would totally tell him how much he inspired me. Not to listen to any of the critics, and not to get down on himself because, like in the recent Thor movie, he got down on his own performance, and that, as a fellow performer myself, that kind of made me sad. You know,
Mm. Wow, that's a good take.
thank you.
That's a good take. And who would you now in 2025? Who would you want to work with? Like as far as like acting in a movie or maybe writing or directing side by side with.
Yeah. Okay. So this will always be at the top of my list, but my favorite actor who I would love to work with, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like he has always been my favorite. Like when you look at him in his roles, like he is just a symbol of strength. He's a symbol of willpower and determination. I could totally see us being like in a movie where like we're space soldiers or space cowboys, and I'm like playing as his nephew, and
Yeah.
we're going off to like save the galaxy or something like that. Like that would be a dream come true. Oh my god.
Yes, I mean, yeah, that was my favorite wrestler back in the day. So,
Oh yeah, mine too. Oh, this is look familiar.
oh yeah, that real familiar.
The people's eyebrow.
Hey, I used to get in trouble saying I'm gonna lay a smackdown on that candy ass.
Oh my god, yeah,
My
yeah.
dad caught me one day and was like,
What did you just say?
"Girl," I was like,
Well,
he thought
I
I was
didn't mean to say it.
Ricky. He thought I was lying. And I go, no, my favorite wrestler says it. I told my brother that, and then he goes,
Hmm.
so let's watch him. So we watch him, and he sees
Hmm.
him say it. He go, oh, okay,
Oh, like he really does say
yeah.
that.
I mean, we knew all his lines, but I think that would be so cool. Like maybe you could write the story and do a formula for it, and maybe get in contact with maybe his people or PR or file or put
Hmm.
it into the universe after you get the copyright, of course.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Put it into the universe. Put it into the stars.
You have to. Like, have you
I
done
wish
your
upon a star.
2025 vision board?
Oh what?
Have you done your 2025 vision board?
No, actually, I haven't. I haven't done one.
Me either.
You know, because I guess you could say I kind of put that like basically in the same realm as like making like New Year's resolutions.
Okay.
You know, and I kind of stopped making those years ago, but I can see how they have their place of importance still.
Yeah. I said I was gonna do a vision board. I don't be doing the New Year's resolution because the minute I got mad, all of that went down the drain. I just I was like, this is so fake. So now I just every day I strive to be the best version of myself that I could be.
Mhm.
I don't do too much. I don't do the resolutions. I just cause yeah, so
Now that's I definitely respect that. I feel the exact same way. You know,
yeah.
sometimes we just have to tell ourselves that hey, this year I'm gonna do the best I can.
Absolutely, and that's all you can do. I mean, really, you can't do anything more than that. And I feel like if God wants it for you, and you're meeting Him halfway, then the sky is beyond the limit. So for sure,
Yeah,
it's all
exactly.
it's always cool though to see you in your element and in your zone. And like I'm really this year, I'm really hoping to get out there and do some movies and do something, work together because I think that would be something cool and maybe get you out here when I'm working on something and doing my set. Because I want to do some content creating myself. I also have a son that likes your movies.
Oh, really?
He's into acting, and
Oh, I appreciate that.
he's into the superhero stuff. He thought I was joking when I told him about you. He goes,
Oh,
"Mom,
oh.
you're trying to tell me that he can make someone fall back." I said, "Mark, I'm telling you, boy." And he's watching. He's like, "That's what I want to do." I said, "I'm gonna link y'all together, and we
Yeah,
gotta make
it's
this
no joke, no
happen."
punchlines.
You're inspiring this young man. So look at you.
Oh my God, that makes it feel so good. You got God tell him I said hi. Yeah, please
Yes,
do.
I will. He was just like, "Oh man, he's cool." I said, "I told you. You think I'm a lie?"
No, no, not at all.
So no, that's definitely cool. So for the rest of the year, well, I'm gonna stay tuned into the for your premiere. It would be so cool if I could come out there, but if not,
But hey,
definitely
it'll still be on mine, even if not.
okay. I definitely when it comes online, I'm definitely gonna help promote it and let people know about it. And then like, what are some other things that you plan on doing as far as like on the maybe on the writing side? Are you gonna be writing movies throughout the year?
Mike, to be honest with you, yeah, I do have one piece that I'm writing too, with my team. It's a romantic comedy film actually. So it's funny thing is, it's like a straight laced, clean cut guy who is dating a hood chick,
Oh.
and the gist of the story is it's finally time for him to meet the family, and well, the family's a little crazy than what he expects. So it's kind of like a hood version of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Oh, that's a good movie. That's a good one.
It's kind of like
Okay.
that story of how opposites attract most of the time.
Yeah, because they were very opposite.
Yeah, extremely, very much opposite. You got that
That
right.
sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It really is. It definitely is. And another movie that I'm in that was cast in as well was called The Clan, Blood
Mm.
Ties. That one was written and being directed by LeVon McKeithen, who was also part of my production team as well. So that movie is fantasy related as well, and it essentially revolves around a circle of characters who are trying to find this magical book that has the power to either essentially save the world or shroud the world in darkness,
Mm.
depending on who has the book. You know, it's like to say destiny is in your own hands, but in
Yeah.
this case, destiny is in your book.
Okay, look at you. And so somebody from your team has written this one, and
Yep.
you're going to be starring in it.
One of the main characters in it.
That is so cool. So you have to keep us posted on that. Look at you. You were working last year, and then this year you still like not letting up. Really, like
Mhm.
what motivates you to keep going? And we going through so much stuff in this world, like
Oh yeah.
from Texas all the way to North Carolina. What makes Ricky say, you know what? I can't. I gotta keep doing it. This is what I love to do. What is it?
To be honest with you, Miss Blue, I suck at giving up. I suck badly at giving up. I do not like throwing in the towel. You know, that's part of what motivates me, and the other side of what motivates me is being able to inspire others through my performances, through my work, inspiring them to be the best versions of themselves in any capacity of their life. You know, and when I create things, I've always had what you call the Kid Cudi mentality. So part of what made Kid Cudi so great as an artist was that the type of music he made was the music that he wanted to make,
Mhm.
meaning that he didn't care what the market said. He didn't care what was trending. He didn't care what the business said was right. He made what he wanted to make. And some people found it. People thought his style was weird. They thought it was kooky, et cetera, et cetera. But those who resonated with him, and he never gave up doing what it was that he knew he was best at.
That's
Yeah.
a really good. That's a good reference because Cudi definitely was in a different element, especially when he first came out. He still is his own
Man on the
person, but
Moon.
yeah. And I liked it. I thought like,
Me
oh man,
too.
this is different. And I go for what's different. I don't want to hear the same exact thing. So
Exactly.
yeah.
The funny thing is, I'll make a confession to you. Like back when I was young, I'll admit I didn't resonate with him as much as I do now
Hmm.
because, you know, as I've grown up, my perspective on things has grown a lot more, you know, since I was a teenager. Back then, I'll admit I was one of the people who thought what he did was weird. You know, I didn't understand it. It wasn't until I became an adult and I do what I do now that, well, I finally get it. I understand the vision. I got that Ricky vision,
Yeah, that's true, right?
like my Instagram name.
Yeah. I actually I'm glad you said that because I didn't even I was supposed to have my ticker, so pardon me for that. You see it at the bottom?
I appreciate
I
that.
can't make this up. He does have his Ricky vision, y'all. Like
Mhm.
since we met, so no, like I definitely think sometimes it comes with maturity and growth.
It does.
Definitely. So I told you I was just gonna randomly come up with a question. You're a content creator. I'm a content creator. What did you think about yesterday when TikTok just went black and people were making videos crying and stuff? What did you think about that? That was crazy.
I thought it was a conspiracy.
Mm.
It sounded like a big conspiracy, and a part of me questioned, you know, whether it was actually going to happen or not. But I looked and I saw that. Guess what? They were serious. It actually did happen. I'm like, oh wow, okay, this is one time where they actually meant business. You know, I didn't quite expect it to come back as fast as what it did though. Like wow, it's almost like a big middle finger if you think about it.
Yeah.
They got all these people emotional. They got people like you said shedding tears. People probably throwing TVs, throwing
Woo.
chairs against the wall, and everything else. And it comes back the very next day, like how April Fools, but it's not
I
April.
know. You know that Viola Davis gift where she looked and she gets up. I put that because I was like, y'all don't cry, and hopefully no one took their own life behind it, and then it's back up.
Oh yeah, I know, right? It's funny how that works out, isn't it? Like imagine if it was April right now. That is the ultimate April Fools right there.
That is so crazy. Like TikTok is cool. The reason why I be on TikTok is I like to laugh,
It's
and
definitely good for that.
yes, I feel like I love the Zodiac uh creators. They are so funny to me when they're like a Libra would.
Yeah.
A
Oh my god.
Sagittarius.
I've seen those too, and like to be honest, they're actually pretty accurate.
They are funny. And so I'll go on there for like music and things like that. So maybe I mean I didn't want to be insensitive and but
Yeah.
crying and making videos crying, that was a little bit much for me.
I felt like it was too. I felt it was a bit over the top. Like I was low key kind of indifferent about it. Just I mean I get why people be mad about it, but I'm more of an Instagram kind of guy myself. So you know I wasn't really losing too much myself. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Facebook more too as well.
That's why I said I was just like, but if you I think it teaches people something though.
It
We
does.
have these apps, and if you're think about it. If them taking away an app changes your life that much, you need to self-reflect bad and serious because these
That's
apps are
wild.
not promised to us. They might take Instagram away, Facebook might fall off, Twitter. What you gonna do? Cry, scream? I mean,
I mean, people might do more than that. You ever seen The Purge?
oh, ooh, yeah. I actually like the Purge movies though.
I
I
did too.
I actually can see me and you doing a Purge movie.
I can see that too. Well, hopefully me and you live, right? We are gonna live,
Yes,
right?
yeah, with us living. Like I don't know who's on the side of good and bad though.
Oh, oh yes, you know, we're gonna assume that we're both gonna be on the side of good. You know, we'll
Yeah.
assume that.
Yeah,
Because
we
listen,
got
if anybody's gonna die, it's gonna be me. You know, the black dude dies first. You know, I get it. You know.
you know what, that is so sad. But hey, unless you're I know one of my dreams is to do something with Jordan Peele.
Oh my God, Jordan Peele is
I
phenomenal. Like
love
his
the way he
work makes you
thinks.
think.
He's psycho. He's crazy.
Oh my
And it
God,
works.
yes. Jeez, man. Like he used to make me laugh so much back in the day. I never knew all these things were really lying in his head all that time. You know.
Oh yeah, like that would I don't know. I just would love to do that, but we definitely have to have you back. Let's say in a few months.
Oh, I'm definitely down
I
with
want
that.
to yeah, and share. I want you to share the premiere, any footage you have, so I could post and we definitely always stay connected. So that's nothing new. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna stay in contact with your. Watch the movies. Can you do me a favor by telling people again
Mhm.
the name of those two movies to look out for and where they'll be shown at?
Oh yeah. So in the next month, Tangled Hearts should be dropping on Amazon Prime around that time period, and Jarman Unlimited, you know, should be completed within the next 1 to 2 months. I'll keep you all updated on the overall progress of that. And the Winter Prophecy is currently on Amazon Prime. If you want to look that up as well, the Winter Prophecy.
In the German movie, are you trying to bring that? Is that going to be on Amazon Prime?
Like I intend for that to either be on Amazon Prime or
Okay,
Tubi. You know, I definitely intending for it to be on one of those platforms, if
got
not
you.
both of them.
Okay, I'm praying for you that happens because
Me
once
too.
I think once it go out, I mean, think about the sci-fi genre of fans that's gonna be like,
Mhm.
oh, I gotta check that. I mean, so I think that'll be cool.
Me too.
And is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to mention or bring up?
Oh yeah. So anything that we didn't touch up per se.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I just want to tell people to remember this quote for those who may watch the Winter Prophecy: "No mercy
Oh.
for the wicked." Remember those words. Trust me, it's gonna sound a little familiar to you if you get to watch it.
Okay, that was kind of scary a little bit. Okay, is that's the character that you?
Mhm, yeah, I'm gonna show you Winters.
Oh, okay. Look at you with the movie promo. I love it. Go
Again, someone like
ahead.
that one.
Yes, I love it. Oh, you
And
know
I
what?
got
Let me
to.
ask you. Did
Mhm.
you did you watch the new Denzel movie,
Oh,
The
Gladiator 2?
Gladiator? Yeah. Did you watch
No,
that?
I still haven't seen that. I heard that's a
Okay.
phenomenal movie.
Yeah,
Did you see
it
it?
was good. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
I
good.
can imagine it was. I mean, because the first one was epic, so I can only imagine what the sequel must have been like.
Yes, the first one definitely was. The first one, I'm an original girl, so the first one
Mhm.
is always my baby. It's so hard. The
Oh yeah,
second one is cool, but the first one is always gonna have your heart. So,
of course. I mean, because you know Russell Crowe did that, and so did Joaquin Phoenix.
oh yes, they did. I can't lie on that one.
They
So,
did.
what are some words of advice that you have that you would probably like to close with? It?
Oh yeah. So some words of advice are like for those who are just kind of like diving headfirst in.
Yeah.
First thing is before anything else, make sure to get headshots. Headshots as an actor are your biggest marketing tool. Without that, you got nothing, you know. And don't make what you call a show reel until you have the right footage for yourself. Notice I said the right footage, not just any footage, but the right footage. Because oftentimes no demo reel is better and stronger than a questionable demo reel. So demo reel is a compilation of scenes that I put together to showcase yourself and some of your acting performances in the way that you want to be seen. So those are two of the biggest tools as an actor. And third is network as much as you possibly can. Go to as many events as you possibly can. Put yourself out there on social media, whether it be, putting up monologue clips, putting up past performance clips, reaching out to people within the industry. Networking is one of the biggest things out there. It's like you said, it's about building relationships.
That's
It's
right.
about shaking hands. It's about, introducing yourself. Like, hey, I'm such and such. It's nice to meet you. Especially like if you don't know where to get started, as far as like events goes, start with film festivals. That's me. You would be surprised at how many people you meet at a film festival.
True.
I've met a lot of great people myself. I don't seen a lot of great work too.
Right.
Oh
No,
yeah. So, networking is one of the biggest, most underrated aspects, besides just being a good actor as well, besides just having talent. But those things outside of just performing on screen are important as well. But I do wanna tell you a joke too. You want
okay.
to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say you have a cat, right? So, what's your cat's favorite superhero movie?
Probably Catwoman.
That's actually a good guess, but no. Want me to tell you?
Yes.
The Black Panther.
Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I don't know why you think Black Panther. Okay.
Wakanda forever.
That's it. Yeah, I should have. Man, I failed it.
No, that was a great guess, though. That was an amazing guess.
Thanks, Catwoman. Okay, I'm laughing too much. No, that was good though.
No, no, I
For real
appreciate
though.
that.
What kind of family?
I had to throw it up.
No, that's a good one. And I want to also reiterate. Someone told me many years ago, your network could mean your net worth. So you can make so much money by networking. You have no idea who you're gonna meet that, and you look like somebody that fits a role in this person's mind. But networking is just building the connection and keeping it is just as important as networking. So after the first day, no one's gonna go back and look for you. You have to
Mhm,
remember and stand out in these people's minds. And just a simple text every few months, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah, and keep it moving.
mhm.
You don't have to be annoying.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you don't have to do that, but just keep yourself fresh within those people's
Exactly.
minds. Especially since within this industry, I gotta be honest with you, you're gonna meet, well, not necessarily meet, but you're gonna run into a lot of people who basically look just like you. Like,
True.
I wish I could tell you how many auditions I've been at where I see guys who basically look the same as me. I'm like, oh, okay, clearly they definitely have a type they're looking for.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you got to stand out.
Who cloned Ricky?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. No, that is so funny. But I'm just laughing because I am actually writing a movie kind of like about cloning.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and so it's pretty interesting. It's different. So I
Uh,
think I could use you, Ricky.
oh, but I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, because I guess I'm like, the default black dude. They
No.
got everyone's gonna have somebody.
Well, look, I never want to meet my clone.
Now, trust me, you have a couple clones out there somewhere.
I don't want. I just think that they wouldn't be nice.
Thanks. I think you would have an interesting time meeting your lookalikes.
Yeah, I was like, okay. But
Because to be honest with you, I've seen a couple women that do kind of favor you.
I've
I've seen
gotten
a
that
couple.
though. Actually, I've gotten it a lot. It was years ago in my party era of life. I used to have people that swore they saw me. They were like, "Do you ever get tired?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I saw you partying like at 3 different clubs all week. I said, "No, no, 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 no. I didn't even
No.
go out
Mm,
last weekend." Yes,
no.
you did. Yes, you. I promise
How
you,
they
I
gonna
know.
tell you?
Yeah, like because they would tell me that these girls look so much like me that they thought I was lying. I was like, that was not me.
No, that's what they thought, and you're like, no, no, that was probably my first cousin. You know,
Yeah.
we favor each other quite a bit.
Right? I was like, what is going on? No, but yeah, I do believe we do have twins out there somewhere.
Mhm. It's kind of like it reminds me of a conversation me and you had a while ago where remember we talked about lookalikes, and I think I asked you if you have a lookalike from another race, like maybe there's like a white version of you out there.
Oh well, yeah, there is. I was in driving school, and there was a white girl. I'm Helen, and she was Heather, and she had my same face,
Mhm,
like
the same
the
shape.
the shape. She had full lips, the nose,
Mhm,
the beady eyes, and we when we first saw each other, we were like,
like,
I
hold
was like,
on.
if I had a white sister, she was like, if I had a black sister. So we were just like best friends through driving school. Yeah, and no, and she was curvy.
I was about to ask that too. Was
She
she
was
kind of
curvy.
voluptuous as well?
I told my daddy, I said, this girl looks so much like me. She's just white. He laughed so hard, but it's possible that you could look like each other and be a different race.
You can like there's a part of me that would just love to meet the white version of me, like that, or even the Hispanic version of me. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be really funny.
Especially like if they had the same haircut and everything.
And was into sci-fi like you.
Mhm.
And see, that would be scary. Like, hold
And
on.
like working out too, you know.
Oh, and picking up people.
Yes, yes.
Wait, Ricky, you be killing me with that.
Thank
Like,
you. You know,
you really be like
I
bench
do.
pressing humans.
I do. Like, hey, remember we talked about a while ago? Hey, I got to pick you up too. Remember?
Yes, I'm just like, he is really into it. Like, and they just loving it. I said, you know what? I ain't playing with Ricky. I can't.
Trust me, it's all blast. Like the best workout around.
Yeah, they look like they having fun too. So,
Oh, they are.
oh my gosh, that is so funny. It's always good. It's always great energy.
It is.
When I have you. And I thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to come back on the show and talk. And like I said, we're gonna keep connected. I want y'all to make sure y'all follow him at Ricky Vision on Instagram because he's a really dope person. He really truly is. Very interesting, very intriguing. And you gotta go back and watch the movies. Can you let them know your YouTube and where you have your other movies out at the Jarmans?
Oh yeah. So look me up on YouTube at Ricky Bell Jr. And trust me, the first thing you're gonna see is a picture of myself pop up, and from there you can see the old Jarman web series and a lot of my other productions that I was doing back then. You can see a lot of my previous work as well. Back when everything was primarily on YouTube for the most part. Look me up there, and just like she said, you can find me on Instagram at Ricky Vision. All lowercase letters. So you can find me there, and you can find me on Facebook as well. If you're more of a Facebook person. So at Ricky the Vision Bell, and that's how you can find me on those platforms. And hey, if you want to shoot me a message and chit chat with me, hey, go right ahead. I promise I'm friendly.
Yes, he is. He really is. Ricky, if you had to impersonate somebody, who would it be? And can you do it for me?
um, oh man,
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot like that.
you kind of did. Oh man, if I had to impersonate somebody, oh my, that's that's actually, oh that's a dang, Miss Blue, really? You put me on the spot right there. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. I'm thinking like maybe Batman or Robin or Denzel, Will.
Oh, I know. I know somebody I'll try to impersonate. I know The Rock. The Rock. Okay.
Okay.
After all, I watched so much of him when I was a kid. Okay. Okay. So pretend I got a microphone in my hand. Finally, The Rock has come back to North Carolina. You Rudy Poo jabronis, if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I love it. That was great. You really got into it. That was good. Yeah, you can tell that you are definitely the Rock fan.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Okay, look,
All his
I got
catchphrases
tears
and
in my eyes.
oh my God!
This
If
is
I ever
so
got to meet him,
fun.
I gotta tell him one of his catchphrases.
Oh my god, he was just laugh. He would have loved that. I love it, Ricky. Thank you,
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank you 100 times for coming on to the show once again with your great energy. Y'all
thank
make sure
you as
y'all
well.
follow him.
Thank you as well. I swear, like you are one of my favorite Sagittariuses in the entire world. I swear.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that. Repping for the Sagittarius girls,
Mhm.
okay?
And
Thank you
representing
so
for the
much.
Libra guys over here.
Okay, yes, Libra. You know the what they say, the dynamic duo. Like when we put our powers together, we can do so much with those two signs. Very creative people and very smart. So, it's like I said, it's always an honor. I will bring you back. Tag me in any promo stuff that you do with the movies, anything that you have. Just give it to me so that I could also promote, cross promote. That's a part of networking, y'all. So.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, indeed. I definitely appreciate you so much, Miss Blue.
You're
Hey, you're the
welcome.
best.
Thank
You're the
you.
best. Like DJ Khaled. We're the best.
Hey, DJ Kelly is a Sagittarius too.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even realize that. Oh,
So it's funny you say that because I mean I definitely we definitely try to be the best at everything and all that we do
Mhm,
and definitely this year I think I stopped saying that this is my year. I just basically
mhm.
want to be the best I could be in that moment. Okay,
Excellent.
and reach the goal. So definitely kudos to you. I'm proud of you, and we're rooting for you over here. And I'm excited to see what you have, everything that you have going on in 2025. And let's try to connect past in person this year.
That's
That's
right.
now
That's
I've
right.
got to put it on my vision board now, and to try to get out there for real.
We gotta put it out in the stars.
Yes, most definitely. All right. Well, look, I gotta try to stay warm. I had to go get my pipes and I think they say cover them up and stuff like that. They're expecting 5 inches of snow,
5 inches. Oh
and we
wow.
don't get snow out here, and that's why I asked
We don't
crazy if
either.
it snows. We're
Wow.
not prepared. We're not a city that's prepared for snow because it doesn't snow.
Wow, Miss Blue. That's man. That's diabolical. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? Like, put it this way. Like, not if, but when it snows, go outside and play. Do you want to build a snowman? Like from Frozen.
Look, I might. I might do that. I might throw a few snowballs. I might.
You definitely should. You definitely should.
You'll see me on my stories. If it snow like that,
Mhm.
you gonna see me throwing some snowballs at my kids.
Oh yes, please do. Have fun.
I
Enjoy the
will.
moment.
I will. All right, Ricky. Well, thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all follow my guy at Ricky Vision on Instagram. Okay. Thanks for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show. Y'all know what it is. All right, Ricky.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.